Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday, the 25th of February 2024. And in today's Millwall news, there isn't any, not really. But so I'm going to tell you about this. Under 21s game next Tuesday at 2 p.m. It's being held at the Den. It's the second game of the season that's being held at the Den. Normally they do a lot more than that. I don't know why they didn't bother, but yes. This is so they put the tickets on sale already, which is a good sign. It probably means that it's probably going to be complicated to move the game and refund tickets. So it's probably 99% certain to be held at the Den on Tuesday the 27th at 2 p.m. Tickets are priced at £5 adults, £1 under 16s, and under 6. If you're an under season ticket holder, you get in for free. So there is that. You don't have to buy a ticket in advance. You can just rock up on the day. So I'll tell you about that. I'm going to tell you about this as well. This is from Eventbrite. You can see in the top left there, Brite. Eventbrite. This is in just under a month's time. Saturday the 23rd of March, which is the international break. Millwall FC History and Heritage Walking Tour. 25 years on the Isle of Dogs. It's a walking tour. Like if you've seen the ones about Jack the Ripper, like that, and you walk around, and some geezer with an umbrella he uses the umbrella to stick it in the air so you know where he is. Just gives a little chat and stuff about what's going on. Between 11 and 2. And you start at West India Quay, then you do a little walk around, and then you get shown where Millwall used to play on the Isle of Dogs. I think we got 3 or 4 old former grounds and stuff, and there's like a trip to the pub that Mill used to play next to. The Lord Nelson is still there, still going even after all these years. So and if you can't make this one, the next one is in September, so that's a long way away. So this is March, so it's £12. It's a nice present. Mother's Day next week, isn't it? In 2 weeks' time. A ticket for this. Why not? Father's Day. When's Father's Day? June or something. Present. It's very cheap, and it's a nice activity as well. You want to get out there and walk around. If you're interested in Millwall and you're interested in history, so there you go. And if you want someone to show you this stuff and tell you this stuff, because you can probably find it out on your own, but like, I mean, if you have used Google recently, it's so fucking bad. Like you search for like Millwall history, and it'll bring up, oh, buy this Millwall history shirt, buy this Millwall, like, that's not what I'm looking for. Like, what are you talking about? It's just, trying to find anything on Google these days is just an absolute joke. So, just come down and this guy's going to tell you what's what. So there you go. Now we're going to move on to the stats from yesterday's game, which don't look pretty in some ways, but I tell you what does look pretty is Southampton 1, Millwall 2. And that's the thing, you can look at all the data that you want. You can look at the possession stats, you can look at progressive passes and all of that jazz. But what's the score? 2-1? Okay, so obviously Tanganga, man of the match, scored the goal and did some very vital defensive stuff as well. 8.9, which is insane, because it's way above the next highest rated player, which is Stuart Armstrong for Southampton, by 1.5 points. So that's incredible. And it's almost, I think it has got him a place in the probably the EFL team of the week, to be honest. Either EFL team of the week or EFL Championship team of the week, almost certainly. So Let's go back to the left-hand side. Strengths and weaknesses. For Millwall, created a high number of chances relative to their possession. Yes, indeed. Were effective at creating goal-scoring opportunities from counter-attacks. Were strong at finishing. What? We were strong at finishing. We lost possession often. Yeah, we don't need it. Gave away a lot of free kicks around the box. We favoured long shots. We attacked down the left side. We had high shot frequency when in possession, and we favoured long balls. So here you go. You can see attempts on goal 14 to 8, 9 to 4 open play, 5 to 1 set piece, 0 to 2 counter attack, and 0 to 1 penalty. So they had 14 shots, scored 1 goal. That is 7% conversion rate. We had 2 goals from 8. That's 25%. This is the highest I've seen Mill's conversion rate in many games. Many games. You can see here Southampton were going mostly down the left-hand side. We were going mostly down the wings. Nothing down the middle for us. Shot directions. Shot zones. Action zones. So there you go. Yeah, smash and grab. 18% in the home third. Player positions. So there you go. Southampton 17 and 26. Doubling up on Ryan Leonard. Did pretty well. And you can see here, see the average position for each of these players. Very deep, and very compact, especially in the middle. You can see Southampton have got like 3 midfielders all on top of each other. Yeah, it's a very bizarre formation from Southampton. Is 7 supposed to be the right back, and or are they playing 3 defenders? And what is that, number 10? No, number. So the one that's under the 5, is he supposed to be the middle centre back? It's all very bizarre. But you can see with 21 was that Obafemi on the centre circle. But yeah, very interesting indeed. Very interesting. So moving on to this, also from WhoScored.com. The events of the game: the goal after 5 minutes, the 2 yellow cards, their goal, penalty, subs. So subs for Millwall. 1 at half time. Obafemi, obviously he's coming back from injury. If you watch their goal back, he didn't really rush to close down their player who crossed it in for the header. Arguing Fleming about the penalty, so I guess they just took him off because of all of those things. But then you see the substitution on 62, so that's kind of by the book. And then the one at the end. Obviously, these days you make a substitution in the 86th minute, and then the player could be playing another 15 minutes. So there you go. Castellano coming on for Zion Fleming. It was all backs to the wall there. So here we go. There you go. So Tanganga, look at that. Goal, yellow card, and C and T. What is C and T? I hear you say. Well, C and T is clearance off the line and tackle of the last man. So there you go. Tanganga, absolutely fantastic yesterday. I think almost certainly everyone's man of the match. I thought he played well last week as well against Sheffield Wednesday. I thought he had a good game. He was just I think he was getting a bit frustrated because he was doing what I'm just guessing here. I think he was doing what he was told to do. That Cooper would pass in the ball and he would pass the ball to Brook Norton-Cuffy. Brook Norton-Cuffy was going forward and getting jammed up and having to turn around and pass it back to him. And he was getting a bit frustrated with that. But I think that's what he was being told to do from the side. So, but then once he pinged the ball up in the Sheffield Wednesday game, once he pinged the ball forward and beautiful pass, that it all kind of changed after that. What else have we got? So, lowest rated player, 6.2, Cooper. 6.3 over Fleming. Sarkic 7.1 and Fleming 7.3. Okay. Total shots. So who had those shots then? Fleming with 3, Longman with 2, and Obafemi Tanganga and Danny Mack. Possession 80 to 20. 80 to 20. Fantastic, yeah. You keep the ball, we don't need it. So who got on the ball for Millwall? Honeyman 2.8, Sarkic 2.8. But there you go. Pass success 93 to 63. Okay. Dribbles 13 to 2. Honeyman with 2 dribbles. Aerials 1, 12 to 1. So obviously they weren't playing the ball in the air much. Well, they did score from that, so we didn't have to do a lot of aerial combative stuff. Only, what was that, 23 aerials in the whole game? Tackles 10 to 19. We did have to do a lot of that, and Cooper didn't have a single tackle. Everyone else in the starting lineup did. Corners. Now this was interesting. 13 to 1. So we only had the one corner. Obviously, I just showed you the ball was only in the home third for 20% of the match, so you can't really get a corner if you're not in the opponent's third of the pitch. Dispossessed 6 to 9. Moving on to this from whoscored.com. It's player stats. So you can see here touches of the ball for them. Their defenders 136, 132, and 129. Ticka taka ticka taka ticka taka tick. Ticka taka ticka taka. For Millwall, the highest was 46. So what have we got there? I think if you add this up, which I'm not going to do, these 3 players had probably more touches than our entire team. And again, what was the score again, my friend? 2-1. 2-1 to Millwall. Thank you. Good night. Come again. Lovely jubbly. That's all you need to do, isn't it? So let's sort this. Obviously 8.89 for Tanganga, 7.34 for Fleming, Ryan Leonard 7.3, and the keeper 7.1. So you got 3 players with 7, one with just about 9, and then you've got 3 players high 6s, and then the rest low 6s. Bradshaw got 6 when he came on for 45 minutes. Denor got 6.1 despite being on the pitch for about what would he have been on the pitch for about 11 minutes. So yes. So obviously we had, how many shots did we have again? I forgot. Let me go back. Oh yeah, 8. So we had 8. How many were on target? So these are the 8 shots that we had. How many were on target? 3. That is incredible. We had 3 shots on target, scoring 2 goals. That is incredible. I told you, if you've been a regular watcher, listener, reader, whatever, I tell you about the system, the golden ratio, half. So if you have 10 shots, a really good full situation is to have 5 shots on target, and then to get 2. Well, that's an odd number, but two goals. So you should half each time. It's a better way would be say, well, if we say 14, that still gives an odd number. What would give an even number when you half it? 16. 16, 8, 4. That's so. If you have 16 shots, 8 of them should be on target, and you should score 4 goals. That's the golden ratio. That's the perfect situation. They should half each time. And anytime I see a team that's played really well and they won, that's what happens. That's a sign of a top team. And you can see here, we have 8 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals. So we're overperforming. We're overperforming up front. Because it should have been 8, 4, and 2. It was 8, 3, and 2. Just it was brilliant, wasn't it? It was absolutely brilliant. What else are we going to look at? I don't know. So let's look at defensive, because we've seen that Jay Cooper's score was really low. What did he do? He did 4 clearances in the game. He didn't have a tackle. He didn't have an interception, and he didn't have a blocked shot. Whoa, fucking hell! No wonder. Look at Tanganga. Tanganga was doing everything. 14 clearances. Holy shit, he was on fire. Has he got like a beef with Southampton? Has he got a history there? What the fuck? 14. So let's have a look there. So we've got Ryan Leonard with the most tackles in the game, with 4, and then Danny with 3. Interceptions, Leonard, Honeyman, Billy Mitchell. Clearances, as we've seen, way and above anyone else. Tanganga with 14, then Danny Mack with 6, Jake Cooper with 4, and these players on and on. Block shots, Tanganga with 2, so he's topping that one as well. Damn, man, 14 clearances from Tanganga. So we've seen the passes. No, we've seen the touches. So obviously, if you don't have a lot of touches, you're not going to have a lot of passes. That just goes. That's simple maths. 28 passes from Honeyman. That's the most. And that was just one above the goalkeeper, who obviously has to take any offsides and any goal kicks and stuff like that. And he's got 27 passes, and they were all long balls. Boom, no short balls, no fucking around for the goalkeeper. 27 passes, 27 long balls. 12 of them were accurate, which means that they went to a Millwall player. Damn, crosses. Not a lot of crosses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crosses, and what looks like 3 of them are accurate. Yeah, so again, but that's good. That's half in 6 and then 3. So yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, I just wanted to move on to this. It's fbref.com, and just to show you, I'm not going to go through the whole stuff. If you want to, you can. There's stuff all over the place. Like I said, the main stat you need to look at is the scoreline. Southampton 1, Millwall 2. That is the stat that matters the most. But in terms of XG, 1.5 for them, 1.1 for us. And again, this is something going back to the Neil Harris days of before, where we would overperform our XG. But we were doing well up front. We were very clinical up front. We didn't make a lot of chances, but when we did, they counted. Because they were generally from set pieces, like the one here, Saville to Tanganga scoring that, and a penalty is kind of a set piece, but you know what I mean. I think that did come from. That come from us? No, I don't think it did. And then we're just gonna go down and show you. If we go down past these adverts, there's more numbers here, so you can see the numbers here, and we'll just leave it at that. Possession wise, as we've seen, 80 to 20. They had 834 passes. We had 211. Accuracy of 89 to 63. Shots on target, 43% for them, 29 for us. Their keeper had to make 2 saves. He only made 1 of them. Our keeper had to make 6, and he made 5 of them. So that keeper, he did, it was a total team effort across the board, at the back, in midfield, and up front. Total team effort. As you can see here, so obviously a lot being made about Millwall's style and aggressiveness, but fouls, 9 fouls for Southampton, 8 for Millwall. So they gave them more fouls than we did. 30, as we've seen, 13 to 1 corners, 39 to 6 crosses, 920 to 335 touches of the ball. So that stat about those 3 defenders having more touches than our entire team is 100% true. Tackles 10 to 19 because we had to make the tackles. We were doing all the defensive work, and you can see here 5 to 11 interceptions, 12 to 11 aerials, 5 to 38 clearances. Most of them, as we've seen from Tanganga, 14 from Tanganga. We were offside once, 6 to 10 goal kicks, 22 to 13 throw-ins. So obviously that's us just kicking the ball out, just put it in row Z. Yeah, don't pass it. If you're in trouble, pass it to the fucking stand. Don't pass it to the player who's just being pressed by two players. And long balls 70 to 71. So we all of these long balls, Millwall long ball, they had 70 long balls, we had 71. So there you go. I just wanted to show you that. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.